This is Nic Baisley from FilmSnobbery.com here at the Orlando Film Festival here in a beautiful sunny, well at least today it was, Florida, a little nippy, and I'm here today with
Angela Hinton.
Angela. Thank you for being here with us today. What's the movie you're here with?
I'm actually here with a short film called Animation, A Palette of Possibilities.
And where did you get the inspiration for this movie?
Actually, it came out of one of my friends who's an animator, actually a retired animator, and he was sharing his stories with me, and they were so inspiring to me. I thought, well, my goodness, somebody's got to put it on film, so I figured I've got a camera, why not me, you know? And so just through that, I met a lot of his friends, and they ended up in my film as well, so.
Excellent. Now, did you said you already had a camera. Were you making films before this, just stuff for yourself or stuff that was out there, or is this your first kind of big foray?
Well, this is actually my first film. It was my senior project in college. Just did graduate, yay! But I've actually been working in television since I was 9. So yeah.
Yeah. What did you do for when you were in television that lent a bit of and with your education, kind of gave you the experience to make this?
Sure. Well, actually, back in the day when I was 9, my family did a children's show at a local television station in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where I'm from. And the director was so sweet. She kind of took me under her wing and taught me how to run all the camera equipment there. And so that's really what inspired me. And going to film school just helped me really hone my craft. I was very fortunate to have Frankie Capra Jr. as one of my professors. So he really helped me understand and put all the pieces together, and he was really my inspiration for wanting to pursue, documentaries and that sort of thing.
Now, having the experience that you have, did you find that there were any challenges to doing this project, and as you were going through it, whether it was either, pointing the camera and shooting, or even the editing process, or getting permission from some, getting people to open themselves up to you? Documentary I've always found is very difficult because you have to be very honest, not only with yourself as the filmmaker, but also you have to get subjects who are comfortable enough with you to really open up and tell you the real story. Were there any challenges that really you kind of faced as you were making this film?
Well, the main challenges were that a lot of the people had never been interviewed on camera before, so they were scared to death, and, big film crew, coming in, wouldn't have really worked. So, and also I was kind of making the film to apply to the Student Academy Awards, which I did not win, but no biggie, but I made it to their standards, which they didn't want any professional help whatsoever in the film, so I had to wear a lot of different hats and do a lot of things myself, which editing is not my forte, let me tell you. I learned on some old tape-to-tape systems, so, but I had to learn how to do that myself, and had a wonderful editing mentor with that, so the editing was probably my biggest challenge.
Now, there's so many hats that you said you had to wear. Did you find that you actually liked one better than another, whether it was directing or producing, or I know you said editing's not your forte, but did you at least enjoy it? Was there anything you said, maybe in the future I'd rather do something like this, or would you want to continue being the director?
Well, I would definitely love to continue directing. I also love producing and writing as well. With the narration, I wrote all of the narration that goes along with the documentary. So that was a lot of fun for me, and I've been writing since I was about 7, and that's actually when my first story came out in a national magazine, so yeah.
What magazine was that?
I was actually called Clubhouse for Kids. It was a short story for kids that won the contest.
Well, congratulations on that. And so, you've been in the industry in one way or another, whether it be writing, television, all this kind of stuff. Who inspires you?
Well, actually, I kind of have a different take on documentaries. I love documentaries to death, but a lot of my friends do not. And I really tried with this film to kind of go in a not so conventional way of filming a documentary. And so I really used a lot more feature film as my inspiration. And while I was making this film, actually, I surrounded myself by only watching feature films so that I would kind of, mentally just be in that zone to compose shots, in that kind of way. And I guess as far as feature film goes, John Hughes, by far my very, very favorite.
There's a great documentary on him too, with if you've ever seen it, where the kids are trying to get an interview with him, and then in the end they didn't. But the documentary itself is just so really, really good. But I agree. I mean, those movies have had staying power. I mean, and there's so many of them that have been re-released. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, well, definitely Home Alone, but I love the way that John Hughes always sneaks in some 50s music. That's my heart is in 50s music, so yes.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for being here at the Orlando Film Festival. Is this your first film festival, or is this, how many have you been to so far?
Well, actually, I'm very fortunate. This is my third that I've been to, the third in 3 weeks. So with this film in particular, yeah.
Where are you off to next?
Actually, I'm taking a break for about a week, and then I'm going to shoot another documentary. So.
Excellent. Congratulations. Would you want to plug that one? What it's going to be about? Are we allowed to know?
Oh, well, actually, it's still really in the preliminary stages right now, but not quite sure what direction we're going to run with it. But yeah.
Okay, no problem. Can we find you online or anything like that?
Sure. Actually, I own my own production company. It's called Hidden Diva. HiddenDiva.com is my website. So, yeah.
Excellent. So I want to thank you, Angela, for taking the time to chat with us about your movie, and I want to say good luck on the next film as well. So thank you.